The views expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent the views of this station or its management.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Good evening. Welcome once again to Real People, Real Life, right here from Wichita, Kansas, America. And, of course, over here we have Joey Stone. Hey, Don Landis.
Hello, good evening.
And the one and only Fossa.
What's up?
We're here. Yay. Okay, so, Joey's here, but Joe is out.
Yeah, he's out.
He's got the I know. It's like, oh, God, where's everybody at the table?
Where's Joe? Fossa done.
Yeah, he's not here. He's got that crud that's going around. And it's been reported here in Wichita. They're telling, some doctors' offices are saying, if you're running a fever and you've got these symptoms, call your doctor, get on the antibiotics. I saw that firsthand today. I spent several hours this morning at the Wichita Cancer Center here, and I was very surprised at the number of people that were walking around with the masks over.
Right. We had a friend over, and she was sick. Now we're wondering, like, oh no.
Yeah. And Joe's in pretty bad shape. He's having a hard time breathing, and just coughing like crazy. And you have access to a hospital on a regular basis because of your regular job. What are you seeing?
Lots of sick people, really.
Yeah.
From talking to the doctors today, the stuff that's going around for the most part that the kids are getting and that these folks are getting, it's not even treatable by antibiotics. It's steroids and basically manage your pain and manage your fever because it's viral.
Whoa.
And viruses aren't affected by antibiotics.
Right.
So you pretty much you have to let it run its course.
I saw several reports on it last week, and there was some that it's gotten really bad in the state of Colorado.
Wow.
But
there's some thoughts on that. Where we had lots of youngsters coming across the border and being immediately bussed out to other locations, rather than being like any normal thing would happen with refugee situations like that, where you quarantine them for a minimum amount of time to observe and see if they are sick. But no, we didn't do that. We dropped them on buses. We shipped them off everywhere. I'm not saying that that's the reason why people are getting sick or that they carried it in. I don't know.
I've heard that.
Well,
coincidence is coincidence.
Somehow.
I mean, if it is the reason, then then we'll have to figure out a way to make it better.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's a done deal already.
Well, it's here. Whatever it is, it's here. We know that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this was kind of an interesting weekend. I saw a picture of you and your lovely wife as penguins again this year for Jubilee.
Oh,
yeah. They were,
man, are you serious?
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Awesome.
We had a blast. We totally did. We actually, some folks that know us didn't realize that it was us out there shaking our tail feathers, literally.
Did you have to
by
go
the
to
saloon.
penguin pool? Yeah, that's kind of cool.
No, they didn't have a penguin pool for us, man. But
Okay.
we went to the penguin exhibit,
Right.
and I think a couple of them got a little upset.
They thought that you was their mama and daddy.
We're a little big. They had some penguin envy going on there.
Penguin envy. Yeah, okay. I don't know how you can.
I love Jubilee.
Yeah, it was a great time. We had to stay in our penguin suits up until a little after dark when the auctions got started, and then we got to shed the feathers and go join the rest of the fun. And I think we made up for the lost 4 hours pretty quick.
Okay, so there was some partying going on at Jubilee. All right, okay.
It's a big party.
It is known for
It is known to be a great party here in Wichita.
We were party animals.
Yeah, party penguins even.
Yeah.
I love it. You've got something coming up, Don, and it's Dine and Dash. So we went from Jubilee, which is also a charity fundraising event, to you're going to be involved in Dash and Dine. I'm sorry, Dash and Dine.
Yes, Dash and Dine. It's a fundraiser for the United Way here in the Plains, the United Way of the Plains. I participated last year for the first time. I did 5K in 44 minutes. My goal this year is just to come underneath 44 minutes.
Oh,
so I'm busy. I'm walking.
Yeah.
Others you can
It's
run.
a marathon?
Yeah, it's a marathon, or you can walk.
Sweet.
I walk. They don't measure it or reward you. It's just me against me.
Right.
But I'm having a lot of fun training for it. I'm going to do real well.
Yeah.
And I invite everybody to come on, check it out. Go to the Dash and Dine, look it up on Google. It's only $35 for entry fee. Less if you get a group of 5 or more. That's $30 per person.
Right.
Well worth it. You get a shirt out of it, really nice shirt and some other stuff. And
Good
then
times.
the best part is the finish line. This is where you dash, and then boom, you dine.
You dine.
I was
They
going to ask you
have
about
the-
that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the best food. Now I don't know if our friend Jason will be there or not, but certainly that level of food is prepared and sure is part
From
of
Taste
the-
and See.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, you weren't here last week
We
No,
have.
no, I was not.
when we had Jason here, and what a treat.
We actually went over there and ate after
I
we left
saw
here,
that.
and it was amazing.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
portions are really big, so of course we were there
Yeah.
for a long time, couldn't finish it, but it was.
I saw
He's
pictures.
phenomenal. He is, yeah.
Yeah, I saw pictures. Yeah, I was
And the
like,
place is really inviting.
And they're
Yeah.
on Second and Washington, Taste and See.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, we were saying too bad you weren't here with us last week because you definitely know the martinis that are available. I've seen pictures.
I think I've had all but 3 of the martinis
See?
they
I
have on
knew
there.
it.
Well, there was a point when shortly after they opened, we started going I think it was every Friday night we would go and we
Yeah.
spend a couple hours, and our goal was to have every martini they had on it. But I got
That's a nice
sidetracked
goal.
because they have a Scotch bonnet infused vodka that they make martinis with.
Wow.
So I mean,
Oh,
hot
yeah.
peppers in vodka. I'm thinking that's really good. Oh man,
Hot
Gonna
peppers.
try
hot
that one,
pepper
huh?
infused vodka, and it's even good straight. But they were mixing like peach juice with it, pear juice, just off the
Yeah,
wall
you
kind
would
of
be-
stuff.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
this wasn't just like here's a shot of whiskey, down it. No, this was. I'm savoring this.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna
Wow.
let this.
I was
last.
teasing
it
him
burned
about
all
that.
the way down though.
Really?
Oh.
Oh
Not
yeah,
good, huh?
it was good stuff.
Alrighty.
All the way?
All the way?
Well,
All the way?
I don't know if I can blame the vodka for that or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're going to have a really fun show again tonight, you guys.
Yes.
We do for sure, right now, I know for a fact, have John Todd.
John Todd, yeah, in the
And he's
house.
going to be telling us a lot that is going to be, I've known John for
A lot of
a few
information.
years now. I can't wait to get him up here and have him talk about Americans for Prosperity, the Wichita Pachyderm, and some books and some different things that are just absolutely fascinating.
Absolutely.
And some of the local elections that are going to be coming up, I believe, here in April, and kind of how people can get a little bit more involved.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be, I see it, more and more just, regular folks, everyday folks, real people,
Real
that are
people.
like, what, wait a minute. I want to get active in my community, whether it's, possibly running for a school board or, or whatever the case may
City
be.
council.
But I'm seeing, So school council's open, I believe, in April. So is city council, and of course, as we know, so is mayor. So
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty interesting.
We
Of
may
course, we
see
still
some
have
new
a general.
faces,
Yeah.
faces in local
Yeah.
leadership.
Yep. Of course, we still have the general to get through. So
Yeah.
in November, and that's going to be a ton of fun.
Absolutely, a lot of curious things going on with the Democrat trying to drop out.
I know. Yeah, that was
The number of signs
interesting.
I see that've got the Democrat here, the Democrat there, then the Independent for Senate. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. It looks like to me it wasn't an accidental withdrawal.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I heard
That's-
that too.
Yeah,
But
that's
it was-
kind of.
Should be interesting to see how it goes.
That
Yeah,
it
yeah.
automatically made something else happen. That's why they did it that way or something.
Well, they
it-
wouldn't let him drop out completely. I mean, he
No,
wanted
he
to drop
can't.
out, but his letter of dropping out, he has to state that he is unable to perform the duties.
Right.
So, and then he didn't state that. So, Kobach said, "No, you're stuck."
Now there's a lot of
So
controversy
that-
about that because Kobach has his own pack. He's supposed to be Secretary of State.
Secretary
He
of
should
State.
be somebody that we know is going to be nonpartisan and looking at the elections from a purely on the standpoint of citizens.
Right.
That's what he was elected to do. There is some controversy
Right.
about that.
Well, there's always controversy in politics.
well,
I mean, come
yes.
on, hey.
Right?
I think if we know one thing, I think we all know that.
Oh, yeah,
for
definitely.
sure. And I think we know too that sometimes it can get really nasty and yucky, and
Yeah.
and that's another reason why I'm glad that we do have John Todd, because one thing I can certainly say about John Todd is, I really appreciate the fact that he keeps it honest,
Yeah.
he keeps it real,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and I've always liked that. From the day one when I first met him.
I hate it when he just gives you these questions that you know the answer and you just hate to start thinking about it.
Oh, but
He's
he
great on
does. He
questions.
makes you think.
Yeah, he does.
So get ready.
Every
I
show
would even
makes
say-
me going out and have to learn after we leave here. Like I study it. So I was just talking to him for a few minutes, and I'm already like, I can't wait to find out what he has to tell me about iPencil.
iPencil. I suggest this book. Yeah.
Quite a few things.
Yeah,
so.
there's going to be some good stuff. And then our spotlight on business for the week. We do have Samantha Bidwell Smith okay, from Economy Motors. And I think it's interesting too, because as we talk about what's going on in the political scene, one of the things that I think a lot of us are talking about at our kitchen tables, or at this table, for example, is the economy.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple, the economy, and break that down into jobs, break that down into budgets,
taxes.
break that down into wanting to increase taxes. So the economy is a big thing.
Absolutely.
And so I think it was really, really cool that Samantha from Economy Motors has made the time this afternoon, this evening, to be with us and
That's
explain, what's going on for people that may have, some budget issues. Most people, sometimes it looks like, kind of like the government.
Issues.
I'm telling you.
Some budget issues.
There's-
Well, you look
got
at the
needs.
statistics. I'm just thankful of our situation, but so many people, just as almost week to week on the payday.
Yeah,
It's
that's
terrible.
it's
Yeah.
getting kind of scary,
That's why you're seeing more and more of your average Joe getting involved politically, because they're being affected more and more by these
Yeah.
things. So
It's and one of the things I hope that John will get a chance to talk to us about too is keeping this, why it's important to get involved on a local level. Okay, why is that? It is important. It's more important than
Absolutely.
ever.
Absolutely.
And we might have a second guest if they make it today. I don't know if they can get away or not, but hopefully we might have another guest. But if not,
Yeah.
hold on to your seats. Make sure you have pen and paper ready.
Pen and paper, yeah.
Okay, because I can promise you this. Yeah, turn your brains on. Okay. I always have to go over here. Faucet, turn the brains on.
Oh,
Pen and paper.
Focus.
Hello. Get ready, because we're going to have some very fascinating stuff coming up here
Very
in just a little bit. Again, with John
Exciting.
Todd. Okay, Faucet. Don.
Done? Yeah.
Joey.
Hey.
Nice shirts, guys.
Hey.
I like it.
The
I
battle
know.
has
back
begun.
to the
battle has
I love
begun.
that.
The
Yeah.
battle of the shirts has begun.
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys, we're going to be
You're
right
cute.
back in just a few minutes. Real people, real life. Wichita, Kansas, America.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Credit King Auto Sales is getting better all the time. We're doing it better. We're doing it better all the time.
Credit King Auto Sales, the king of buy here, pay here. Bad credit, no problem. The King specializes in getting you in the ride you want, no matter the credit score. Credit King doing it better all the time with the largest selection to choose from in all price ranges at one location. The King's Corner, 31st Street South and Broadway. Kansas' biggest buy here, pay here. GoCreditKing.com.
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and the lowest prices store-wide. For all your special events, your friends at Hammond Liquor have what you need, from beer, wines, spirits, champagne, and more. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road. Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and lowest prices store-wide, wants to remind you of very important savings days. Wine Day, Tuesdays get 20% off. Beer Day, Wednesdays get 10% off. Microbrews and imports. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.
Knapp Weaponry is the home of Wichita's newest indoor temperature-controlled shooting range. Mention this ad for 2-for-1 pricing weekdays from noon to 4. Knapp Weaponry is an NRA Business Alliance member that offers NRA and state-certified instruction classes, training, and women's unarmed self-defense classes. We buy and sell new and used guns and offer gunsmith services. Knapp Weaponry offers a free range session with the purchase of a new gun. We also offer transfer services and an array of ammo. Knapp Weaponry, the West Side's best-kept secret. At Trailer Town, we're all about selection, service, and safety. Trailer Town Selection, hundreds to choose from, small to large, lightweight aluminum to heavy-duty steel, all types, new and used. Trailer Town Service, the best in the Midwest, from wiring to axle repair. Trailer Town Safety, yes, we do Department of Transportation inspections. Trailer Town, trusted, family-owned, 301 West 53rd Street North.
At Economy Motors, we know that everything costs more these days. Gas costs more, utilities cost more, groceries cost more. But what's one thing that will not cost you more? Buying your next vehicle with us. Everything we have is priced $12,995 or under. Bad credit, no worries. No crazy gimmicks and no bait and switch. We keep it real. Economy Motors, home of easy pay. We've got your back.
Don't worry, please, don't worry, 'cause at Economy Motors, we got your back.
Welcome back once again. Real People, Real Life, right here from Wichita, Kansas, America. And I'm so honored to have our guest with us right now, Mr. John Todd.
It's a delight.
Thank you, sir. You've done a lot for this city. You've done a lot for the people. And you recently got back from Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, yes.
And show me this award. Let's let everybody see the award and tell me a little bit what went on when you were in Texas.
Well, it was Americans for Prosperity, the Volunteer of the Year Award. And I feel privileged and honored to have been selected. As we talked earlier, actually the personal one-on-one type things that happen that are behind this this is a thrill, but the other is special.
You've helped a lot of people.
When you hand someone a copy of iPencil, it's a story of Adam Smith, Invisible Hand in the Marketplace, that talks about how people who create the pencil, the person who saws the wood, the person who sharpens the chainsaw, provides the grease for the chainsaw, all of these really thousands of people who are engaged in creating a pencil do all of this work for their own self-interest. They have no idea of what their work's going to wind up into, and they don't really care. And actually, what I love about that's how freedom works. The democratic process, when we all are allowed to do our thing. And iPencil is available online, Foundation for Economic Education, fee.org. And here's what iPencil is a superb case study of free markets in action. Half the world's economic problems would vanish if everyone would read iPencil. So it fits right in with the concept of what Americans for Prosperity is for, and some of them what we do with Pachyderm Club.
I know, that's the other thing I want to talk to you about. Because when I first met you, that I did get a copy of that iPencil, and I did read it. In fact, I think I still have a copy of it on the coffee table, unless I gave it to one of my friends. But you've also given a copy of this to other people, and they've said it's just, you've got a copy.
I've got a copy,
yeah. I seriously, I can't recommend that enough. But we talked briefly about the Pachyderm.
Let's hit a little bit on AFP first, and then come to Pachyderm. What we essentially do at Americans for Prosperity, the Wichita chapter, Kansas is the first state that was involved. There are 33 states nationwide. We are the first. The Wichita chapter was the first, and so we were fortunate to be able to set some of our own ground rules. Don't tell the national about that. But our interest is teaching. Set that down. Teaching and encouraging local private citizens how to become more active citizens. What I found when you watch the Tea Party, all of the freedom movement groups, if they had a little bit more understanding of why, the bedrock of what the freedom issues are, they could be a lot more effective.
Right.
And so the objective is to do just that. One of we show tapes, DVDs. Free to Choose is one of them we use, and it says, Free to Choose has helped millions of people around the world understand the close relationship between the ideas of human freedom and economic freedom. So the correlation between economic freedom and human freedom. Those are the things. So we also do a lot of John Stossel's. He economics, property rights, regulation and unintended consequences, public choices, crony capitalism, government spending, the deficit and debt, and that, well, if we touch on why are we wrong, we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely want to get to that too.
Okay.
Definitely want to get to that. So people are interested in becoming more a part of, between the pack. Let's see. Americans for Prosperity.
Americans for Prosperity Kansas. They can go online, and there's a web page that they can pick it up. Pachyderm Club. It's a Republican club. You don't have to be Republican to attend. We meet every Friday at the Petroleum Club and during the lunch hour. This week we've got Governor Brownback coming. Last week we had an economist with the Heritage Foundation, Stephen Moore.
It was an excellent presentation, by the way.
Yeah. very knowledgeable, former editor of the Wall Street
Journal. Yeah.
Dr. Art Hall's coming in a couple of weeks. Dr. Hall is the executive director of the Center for Applied Economics at the University of Kansas School of Business. Thoughts on water and economic development.
I definitely want to see that.
I'm very interested in that.
It ties in with an issue that's going on right now.
It certainly does.
Well, that
Look at the
400
sales tax.
million proposed sales tax increase.
Which we've
but
had Jennifer and John both speak.
yeah,
on
we
that.
did. We have
We'd like to
both
bring it back.
folks. So
Then in October we have Arthur Bernstein. He's with the Ayn Rand Institute, The Capitalist Manifesto and Objectivism in One Lesson. So that's a little more philosophical, but it'll be a lot of fun.
Wow.
well, there's a lot of good. I mean, I try to get to him as much as I can, and a lot of times it seems like, it is on Fridays, and so a lot of times if I don't make it, I know you go. But
The direct
so
purpose for
much.
the Pachyderm Club is to promote active citizen involvement, and through education and government and politics and economics. And we do this. You can come week after week. This summer we've been dealing a lot with candidates for office. So a lot of people have no idea who's running for the legislature, and so it's an opportunity to see candidates who oppose each other. Also, the district court judge in Sedgwick County, they're elected 18th judicial district. So that's a really important function. So.
yeah, you guys have been bringing a lot of very interesting Friday luncheons.
Well, one of the things that I like the best is how topical. If you look at Stephen Moore, that was very topical. We talked about the economy, the water issue, but before that, if you look at these, they're always issues of the day. And it somehow ties into the news.
There was a speaker that was there. Oh gosh, it's been a bit back, and I think we were more kind of focused on Common Core at the time. And there was a gentleman that was speaking that has started a school. Man, he was awesome. I can't think, this has been months ago, but I mean, I always learn something new.
Always.
And the speakers are fantastic. So I think if now more than ever, okay, you really need to step it up. Okay, we said this before. There's people that are tuned in. There's people that are just tuned out. We need more people to tune in and become a little bit more educated in some of the things that are going on. In addition to the Pachyderm and in addition to Americans for Prosperity, tell me a little bit more, John. You've got so many different books and things going on here. How can people get a hold of you? You've got a Facebook.
I'm on Facebook, John Todd, and John at johntodd.net is my email. Delighted to have anyone.
Okay.
But the Pachyderm Club, we have a web page. I'm on that too.
Okay. You've been really good at helping a lot of folks. You do know that.
I hope so.
You really have.
You didn't get that award for nothing.
Yeah.
That's right.
You've inspired a lot of people.
Well, rather than teach just ideology, my interest has always been one of expanding and letting. I'm really not a believer that I want to tell people what to think, but I think if people are exposed to a broad variety, thinking people will actually do a better job of picking candidates when they go to the booth to vote, and they're better citizens. So.
Right. I did want to ask you something on my notes that I had, and we don't have time today to get into this big slide presentation, so I think we're going to have another show with you, my friend. But we were looking at some budgets, and I showed where Wichita was $540 million, Sedgwick County was $410 million, USD 259 is $639 million, for a total of $1.58 billion.
In debt.
Can you break this? This is the budgets, correct?
Right.
Okay, as they're broken down. Tell me a little bit more, about that $540 million for Wichita, $410 million for Sedgwick County, and wow, $639 for USD.
You're going to have a guest coming up soon that can probably tell you more about that city budget.
Yes,
I see him in the audience.
Yeah.
Now, most people from a political standpoint, all they want to think about is the federal budget.
Right.
And the amount of debt that we have there. Then a lot of people want to look at state. I've really tried to focus my interest into local government, because when you look at this is a map that has Sedgwick County superimposed on it. In Sedgwick County, there are 66 separate taxing authorities. We have 20 cities. We have 5 or 6 school districts. We have townships. I mean, We love government.
Apparently around here, we love government.
And when you look at the combined budgets of the three top, the top one is USC 259, $639 million. The second is Wichita, $540 million. Sedgwick County is $410, $1.5 billion. And if you divide that out by the number of people in Sedgwick County, 500,000, that's $3,000 per capita. Is that enough government?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of overkill.
The challenge, as I see it, is for me is to challenge people to get involved. How do they get involved? I guess the question is attend a city council meeting and find out what's going on. Attend a district advisory board meeting and find out.
How do you find out when these meetings are going on?
You can go online.
Yes, online at the Wichita City Council has that all information by city councilman, and they have it. You just go by each person, and you'll see the district advisory board. They have regular breakfasts, regular meetings, and I believe the county has something similar to that. Not quite as structured, it seems, maybe it's a city, but it's all out there. It's all available.
Anyone can go?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
these are open meetings.
Yeah.
I think in the last primary, what do we have? Not even 20% or less.
Michael can probably tell you that. It
just seemed like we didn't have a lot of turnout.
The only word to describe is disgraceful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to issue a caveat on that. I don't think it's disgraceful if people who are not informed go to the booth and vote. So the most important thing, as I see it, and that's why getting involved in pachyderm, AFP, and getting and learning, and getting involved, going to the council meetings, and becoming an informed citizen is absolutely critical.
Right.
If we're going to change government, it has to be done from this level up.
I agree.
And our greatest shot at changing things. If you don't like what's going on in the federal government, look at what's going on locally. You'll be shocked and surprised. And the challenge and the opportunity is local.
Well, I do want you to stick around with us because I understand that we're going to have, yay, he made it. Michael O'Donnell's going to be here with us when we come back in just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to rearrange the chairs and make a little bit more room and bring in Mr. Michael O'Donnell, who, by the way, did I hear something about an email address? Future Prez? We'll be right back. Real people, real life.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
At Trailer Town, we're all about selection, service, and safety. Trailer Town Selection, hundreds to choose from, small to large, lightweight aluminum to heavy-duty steel, all types, new and used. Trailer Town Service, the best in the Midwest, from wiring to axle repair. Trailer Town Safety, yes, we do Department of Transportation inspections. Trailer Town, trusted, family-owned, 301 West 53rd Street North.
At Economy Motors, we know that everything costs more these days. Gas costs more, utilities cost more, groceries cost more. But what's one thing that will not cost you more? Buying your next vehicle with us. Everything we have is priced $12,995 or under. Bad credit, no worries. No crazy gimmicks and no bait and switch. We keep it real. Economy Motors, home of Easy Pay. We've got your back.
Don't worry, please, don't worry, 'cause at Economy Motors, we got your back.
Knapp Weaponry is the home of Wichita's newest indoor temperature-controlled shooting range. Mention this ad for 2-for-1 pricing weekdays from noon to 4. Knapp Weaponry is an NRA Business Alliance member that offers NRA and state-certified instruction classes, training, and women's unarmed self-defense classes. We buy and sell new and used guns and offer gunsmith services. Knapp Weaponry offers a free range session with the purchase of a new gun. We also offer transfer services and an array of ammo. Knapp Weaponry, the West Side's best-kept secret.
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and lowest prices store-wide, wants to remind you of very important savings days. Wine Day, Tuesdays get 20% off. Beer Day, Wednesdays get 10% off. Microbrews and imports. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.
Credit King Auto Sales is getting better all the time. We're doing it better. We're doing it better all the time.
Credit Credit King Auto Sales, the king of buy here, pay here. Bad credit, no problem. The King specializes in getting you in the ride you want no matter the credit score. Credit King, doing it better all the time with the largest selection to choose from in all price ranges at one location. The King's Corner, 31st Street South and Broadway, Kansas' biggest buy here, pay here. GoCreditKing.com.